know that from personal experience. You were nominated by the president to be the director of the DNI position, and you had to pull your name out. Can you tell us what happened?
Well, it was a great privilege for the president to ask me to serve as the director of national intelligence. Not only was I qualified for that position, but more importantly, Maria, I was committed to an intelligence community that doesn't unmask people for political reasons or doesn't use garbage like the Steele dossier as part of the official intelligence community assessment. And I was committed to getting answers to why that had been happening in the Obama administration, and that made a lot of people nervous. So I certainly expected, because of that, a wave of the false media stories that came, and I expected there to be a lot of senators saying that I was too political. I just didn't expect some of those senators to be Republicans whose support that I needed. So, yeah, there is a toxic environment that makes it a difficult place to go to work.
Well, look, the Democrats are trying to, take control of Texas, your state. This is an acute issue because the Dems are lining up to control Texas, because if you control Texas, you control the electoral map. We're going to show that right now. Are you worried about that, given the fact that people like, Bill Flores was in a safe seat, others are leaving, and this toxicity that you mentioned? Look, let's talk about who threw you under the bus. Your colleagues in the Senate, right? Was it Mitch McConnell and Richard Burr? Did they go against you so you couldn't get that job?
Well, Maria, I made the decision to withdraw from consideration because, if your political future comes down to the vote of 100 U.S. senators and you start out day one down 47-0 because every Democrat is against you, my concern was there's not a lot of margin for error there. And some of the most important senators whose support that I needed, I went to in July and was told that they couldn't sit down and meet with me until September. So, I took that as a sign that maybe they weren't as committed to my confirmation as the president was. And I just decided I was better served in the position that I am, where I can ask difficult questions of people like the special counsel and Jim Comey under oath and shape the investigation that way.
Yeah, so just to be clear, Richard Burr and Mitch McConnell were not there with you because you were too tough on Mueller, because you were doing your job.
Well, there were a number of senators that, whose support I would have liked that I didn't get early on. And, again, I think we need to focus on, to your question about, what's at stake there, Maria, is, the priorities moving forward is, we've got, unfortunately, the socialist wing of the Democratic Party controlling the United States House of Representatives. We need to change that.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Republicans, though, here, Congressman. It is good to see you this morning. Thank you so much, Congressman John Ratcliffe, joining us. Meanwhile, Peter